Dear participants, we are live on YouTube.
ಇಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಏನಿದು
ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ
ಸೀಮ್ಯಾಟಿಗೆ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
population in the world. While we witness a high rate of unemployment, we also know that young people are more connected, more creative, more informed today than at any other previous generation. During peak COVID months, we saw young people respond to present challenging, innovative approaches, fresh ideas, collaborating with peace to mitigate the crisis, and I think that was the most inspirational aspect to me. All it was truly silver lining for me when we were all back in the school. They have the capacity to lead development for themselves, their communities, and their society. They are not just the future; they are actually a very present. Over the past several years, even deep in Asia Pacific, and of course in India as well, we have been empowering young leaders to transform the world through leadership, social innovation, and entrepreneurship. A flagship program called the Inquilab that is present in 25 countries in Asia Pacific, including India, places young people front and center to tackle developmental challenges through youth-led education. In India, we implement YCL or as we in Youth Collaborative YCL in collaboration with other innovation mission in nuclear year, and so far we've supported more than 200 youth-led social enterprises. All of these learnings, along with learnings from across Asia Pacific, we have brought them to Project Code Unnati, Karnataka, to nudge that shift for young people to become job creators rather than job seekers, exactly like Chandran earlier said. Young people need positive role models, an ecosystem that enables them to take an idea forward, and an enabling environment where policies and regulations support innovation. We hope that Project Code Unnati will positively impact the ecosystem so that young people in Karnataka can thrive. Over to you, Vinod. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neha, for that insightful speech and talk. Your experience with the innovation by youth, and this is across spanning across states and things that you're doing, monumentality and with different. May now take the moment to talk in a little bit of detail on what the project objectives of this particular objective that we are executing is about. So the participants are able to see the screen. And in this particular project, the project objectives are varied and complex. So it's listed. So we have the mandate to get 5,000 youth to receive the training on entrepreneurship development as part of the SAP UNDP. 5,000 youth cumulatively to receive meaningful depth and detailed training. Entrepreneurship management, how to create a business plan, value create a plan that will be enticing for investors. And after this youth undergo the entrepreneurship development training, there are 3,000 plus youth who invested to submit ideas as part of the ideation challenge. Today's launch of the ideation challenge is to encourage and request participants to submit ideas which will get evaluated by a team of jury members and industry members. From the youth who submit ideas, we would have 700 youth who would be shortlisted based on the quality of ideas and the level of effort that they put into ideas. These 700 youth who are going to be shortlisted from the ideation challenge will receive intensive boot camp. The boot camp training, they will teach their ideas and possibly get their first customers and get additional help from the industry experts of the relevant field for which the student in which the students submitted ideas. And once the 700 youth have undergone the
So, see, this is actually, as Mr. Chandran was initially in a very brief idea about this program. So, this is one of the fantastic programs that the UNDP has been doing since many years. In fact, see, entrepreneurship is one such area where, especially the Karnataka, have not explored much over the years, basically. So, all of us were more interested, more enthusiastic, in getting such separate jobs, especially the wage employment, we were concentrating more on. So, especially people of my age and also people of the next coming generation, they wanted to become engineers, doctors, and to do some companies and then to do some fix there. But my I was always thinking that entrepreneurship would give more opportunities for a person to grow personally as well as financially than any other wage income. But as as I was telling in the through this project, that UNDP is trying to inculcate this habit of entrepreneurship among our students too. And I'm very happy to know that Mr. Vinod was telling that almost 1,500 would be entrepreneurs have participated in this program. Very, very glad that that idea of entrepreneurship has come to your mind. That is more important. So usually what happens is we always think of working as somebody, but with this is one area where you can be the boss for yourself and also generate employment, and that itself is a social service. I tell you, that itself is a social service of the contribution that can, the biggest contribution that can be and that you can contribute to the country as such. So, my sincere appreciation and the congratulations to all the participants who are participating in this ideation challenge. A great future is very welcome to definitely, and try to give your best shot in this. And there is one more opportunity, like in this challenge, suppose say you will be taken and you will be selected, and you may not be selected, but the whole gives hope for those candidates who were not selected. I am giving you another opportunity. So Karnataka Skill Development Corporation is also conducting a nano entrepreneurship program. Okay, so it's called Nano Entrepreneurship Program, which is also being held on the similar lines of the current program that Mr. Was explaining. So we also conduct this skilling activities and then identify the best ideas and also the people that good ideas, and then we also provide them with mentorship, incubation facilities, mentorship program, and guiding, and holding, and also providing them help with respect to putting them also the domains will also be provided. So in fact we also want to extend this. I mean we also want to implement this with the help of UNDP and Mr. Vinod. So what I suggest is kindly propose your ideas, and in case wherever the candidates are not selected, but still the ideas are good, I would request you kindly contact KSAC. That is Karnataka Skill Development Corporation. You can kindly note down the email ID too. It is md.ksdc@karnataka.gov.in. It's md.ksdc@karnataka.gov.in. And from our side, Mr. Namtesh is there. So he would also share his mail ID to you. And Mr. Namtesh, I would request you to kindly share it in the chat box. Okay, so that if any candidate is not selected in this program, then they can approach us. Okay, so that is also open. Okay, so that is there, and that's what. So we're all actually. Mm, see, I mean, you might have come across so many like this. A person who has done engineering here is working for a salary of let's say some 10,000 to 15,000, and that's the scenario. I'm not. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. This is the scenario. In fact, as per one of the reports that we have conducted, almost let's say 90% of the students who pass out of these engineering colleges are not placed in campus placements. So they will be trying to get placed in one of the other companies, and the lack skills and the company opportunities and all won't be there. So many problems are there. So at the end of the day, they are ready to do. So person person who has done his mechanical engineering ability to do supply chain work in one company, where there is an entire knowledge of 4 years which he has spent in his college will go waste. So instead of that, I would request our people to kindly explore any of the multiple opportunities are there in entrepreneurship. So kindly explore any one of these opportunities. I tell you, you will bloom. You will fly in power from and fly. You will come out in flight because a person who is doing a small kirana shop store in a rural area is earning minimum anywhere between 30 to 40%. A person who has set up a 1 rupee shop is earning anywhere between 30 to 40%. Person who has done organic, see, there is lot of opportunities there. So person, there is a lot of demand for this, terrace gardening, organic farming, and organic composting, organic manure, apiary, good honey is not available in market. So there are so many both this oil, like this, I can give another one example. It's like this, so many opportunities are available. Just that we have to make use of it. And this is the platform where you will be properly trained, guided, mentored, and handheld everything. So kindly, don't lose your hopes. So kindly participate, give your fresh shot, give the ideas, and then get selected. You face it not. As I told you, with this hope, this is always available to you. And we have another sister concern called the CIDOC, that is Center for Entrepreneurship Development of Karnataka, which is exclusively for promoting this kind of activities. We may request, you may approach the concerned CIDOC officials in concerned districts. They will be based in district skill development offices. So many of these offices will be based in DC office. So you may kindly visit them too. Okay. So but never ever give up your idea. I tell you, never ever give up your idea. Somehow or other, you need some fight to build a career out of it, build your life out of it. And whatever support is required, UNDP is there, Mr. Vinod is there, KSDC is there, and we are here to support you. Okay? So kindly make the best use of the services being provided by Government of Karnataka. Thank you very much.
So, participants, you have seen actually what sir, the energy that he has, and for a person of his age who's very, very young, to motivate all of you. We felt he was the apt person because he would connect with all of you, you would connect with all of you. The email ID that was shared, I just read it out again. We will also post it in the chat box. NUPKSDC at Gmail. So we will also share that to all the participants here. With many, many thanks. So Ashwin sir has provided the right context on why all of you, as you should look at entrepreneurship. The faculty members who are present here, why you should encourage your students across disciplines, be it engineering, ITI, polytechnic, MBA, agriculture, any other discipline. On faculty members of these particular institutions that we have approached, SAP, UNDP, Project Code Unnati, so can also be the immediate doubt clarification centers, motivation centers for the students. So many, many thanks, Ashwin sir. I know how busy you are and how busy your office is for spending time to be a part of this particular session and delivering the chief message. Now, I move on to another equally impressive person. Someone who has spearheaded this particular Project Code Unnati initiative prize. And I would request Sri Kunchan Patel sir, the Regional Director SAP, to give us the keynote address for this particular. Over to you, Kunchan sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vinod. Yes, Goda sir, thank you for your energetic, I would say a kind of a tone and the kind of speech that you delivered. I am sure it is very much encouraging for the students and the depth of work that Karnataka Skills Development Organization is doing. Uh, that's something is the need of the hour for the youth. This is how the government can create framework and support mechanism for the youth of the state or of the country, and very heartening to see such kind of collaborative effort wherein UNDP is anchoring and orchestrating entire partnership along with civil service partners from Seven Sense and private sector organization like SAP are able to bring in our our thought leadership and what we feel is more relevant for the industry and for the ecosystem. So from that perspective, we are really proud of this particular program and initiative. The core objective of this initiative has been to mentor, nurture, and build youth's career pathways, whether it is through jobs or through self-employment. And here we are talking about entrepreneurship development, and which is very much critical and need for our country. Youth and India is especially the youngest country by the age or by demography. And what does that mean is that we have almost 200 million plus youth in the age group of 18 to 25. Or there is, I mean, the UNDP can better correct that statistics, but I think the age group is be growing at that level, right? So we need more and more job creators than job seekers. And that was one of the objectives where SAP and UNDP came together under the program partnership of UNDP, and then subsequently government of Karnataka's ages and under government's guidance, we started expanding the program in state. So the core objective was not just to enable the youth with entrepreneurship awareness or development, but also mentor them, also help them through proper incubation support, so that they become they utilize the power of innovation, power of collectiveness, power of maybe technology and other means to come up with her or his own venture. This is what we have been driving under youth entrepreneurship focus, uh, and what we tend to do now going forward, since now hopefully the COVID situation also is the situation is better in 2022, and hopefully there won't be any more lockdowns or any more restrictions. So what SAP will want to do is bring our own employees for direct mentorship opportunities. So while on one side you have experts mobilized by UNDP and or partner like Seven Sense, we would also have SAP employees who can uh, work closely with you all, your youth based on some of the design scope of work to provide some kind of a mentorship where you need that support. And let's say you are coming up with the idea and your idea gets selected. So not just with this selected idea, but any other uh, future opportunities. We want to come more closely to you, your understand the challenges and the opportunities, and help you and 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 ensure that this whole moment of entrepreneurship development gets the last mile. Another key component is being a technology company, and in general, we have seen that how technology plays an important role, right? So we want to ensure that technology really becomes a socio-economic developmental enabler for all of us. So a few components that we have already incorporated into our collaboration and this particular program is how we leverage this employable skills, including digital skills. And we would highly encourage all the youth that you leverage the power of technology. Technology would enable you to reach out to your last mile audiences and beneficiary groups, and can make your processes, make your operations much more efficient and agile. So all this is something we would continue to work with you, and we are really proud that with this particular program we are reaching out to all of you, and very much keen to see that the best idea would win. But as Shivgauda sir mentioned, that do not give up, do not lose hope if your idea doesn't get selected. There are multiple such opportunities that will come up. This is just the beginning and learning for you and for all of you, and to leverage.
organizing the project. Uh, may also request all the speakers to submit us for this would be useful. Thank you so much. Now I would look at something known as an entrepreneur's corner. We have two entrepreneurs who are there. One who's already started the enterprise and who's gotten a lot of traction in work, and one who's an aspiring entrepreneur who's taken part in the innovation challenge phase of this particular project. This is phase one. We have phase one as well. Now I will request Harshita Premda, who is the founder of Home Between Naturals, which is an organic products company. Ma'am was you were also the jury member for the Ideation challenge. So there are three parts to my question. The first one is, what was your jury experience like, and what did you feel? What quality was the level of ideas submitted that students in phase one?
Thanks, sir, for the opportunity. Well, I've been checking each and every business ideas which was given to me. There are many ideas, many students with much interest. Ideas were innovative. I truly agree with that. What I really found is they need some assistance. That is a basic one, a basic thing. They need a lot of assistance. Ideas were divided into suppose the idea, the application at present, the technical part of it, the funding part of it. So all the parts they have covered in a very good way. What I really feel is 10 years back when I was a student, which knowledge I did not have, the students now they're having when they are in graduates or postgraduate for engineering anything. I'm really happy with the awareness they've got these days. Maybe the technology or changing the education level or the social media, whatever it is, the ideas were really up to the mark. And these ideas, if given the opportunity, right guidance, and the incubation, and I'm sure that we will not be facing any unemployment issues in the future. The major thing which we are facing now. So if we can make these students job givers, then and absolutely the unemployment problem which we are facing right now, the current scenario, will make a change. And I really wish many of the people are into rural areas. They are also participated by taking examples of their own the crops which they grow. This was I love that particular part. They are thinking of value added products. Take an example of suppose they grow jackfruits in their farm. They are having an idea of making chips or jackfruit, some flours, something like that, and value added products, and then making a packing and branding it and selling themselves and marketing and selling themselves. These are the ideas many of the students who are having a farmer background, they have thought about it. Because what it is, they have seen the wastage happening. Suppose they grow tomato, when there is no market for the tomato, we see farmers throwing the tomatoes on the roads. This is a huge loss for themselves, who are based on agriculture only. So I'm sure that these students have seen how their parents, as in farmers, they suffer, and that is the reason they have come up with ideas like all the value-added products. Very different. It completely depends on the area, the growth, the vegetable growth. These are ideas very
Yes.
innovative. Not many ideas. I enjoyed the whole session. Reading each and every ideas and giving marks to them. I was really confused together. I have to agree that I was really confused. Whom should I give a top five or one or something like that? I was really confused because I cannot. What I really understand is whoever we cannot underestimate anybody. That is what I really feel. So, though I have it is very difficult, tough moment for me to decide about the marks which I have given. I'm sure that all of them are winners. If they pursue the same path further, they will come out as an entrepreneurs very soon with a very holding their own path, and I really wish all of them are
One. So, Ashita madam, what I hear you say and what Nitin Patel sir mentioned, it is time to become job creators. It is time to think of what ideas I had, not just keep it in your mind, explore it. And this is such an amazing opportunity, the SAP UNDP project Code Unnati. What you had in your mind to put it into action, experiment, try out, and they say nothing like being young. So you have the world at your feet. You can take these chances. That's point number one. So I see the objective that SAP came in to this particular project and what is the ground reality as a jury member to see that. Actually, very, very nice to see that the quality of ideas span across projects. And these are students who have ideas from problems that they have experienced, they've seen their friends, relatives, family members experience also. Not some theoretical ideas that have come in, these are ideas that they want to solve the problems that they are facing. So, very quickly, if you could give some tips to the phase two participants on how they can so to keep in mind
if
that public
it
sector.
has to go to phase two, they must make a divide the whole business plan. Like when you see in MBA, the 4 weeks of marketing, product, price, place, promotion. These are the base ideas in making a business plan. So I really tell all the students to work on these four things initially, because without these four, nothing can go ahead. Product, what product they are concentrated, or service, anything. And the price, what is the price? See, when you are working on the price, you should see the competitive prices, what the other companies making, and what you can do. You have to calculate your raw materials, the packing, the manpower, and everything is involved. And also funding, if you have got, you have to think on that. And the place, which location you are from, and which is your target customers, which place they are located, national, international, if it's not international, which state, this kind of a thing. And promotion. How do you do promotion? Is it an online promotion, offline, or how is it? I would like to tell people the on this. Then, as usual, the funding part of it very interesting. Very when you say the funding is not active as it is. Are you getting funded by yourself, or from the bank, or from angel investors, or anything like that? Think on this. And how do you repay the fund once you get it from anybody? You have to repay. What is the margin? What is the total years? Think on this aspect, and of course, the operation level of it. Operation is like a nerve of the body. Nerve is the way every information you pass. So from bottom to the top, from scratch to the head, you need to work on this. How do you operate? Any machineries or any manpower is involved. If it's a manpower involved, how will you pay for the percentage? If it's a daily wage or what, anything else it is.
Understood.
Uh, machine. What is the best cost you can work with the machine? So many aspects. So divide your business plan in different categories. Then work on this, and of course the fund flow, the chart, the financial chart. However, you have to work on that. Better taken some expert advice when you make a fund flow chart on this. Then that's it. That is more than enough as of now for the fix. That's more than enough. And work on the phase two. If everything is successful on the phase two, then get help of a technical people on the particular field. Then after you complete your graduation, then definitely you can kickstart your start after you.
Oh. So students, just to summarize what Harshita madam said, someone who's experienced. So she's looking at when you are submitting the idea to also think a little ahead in time on how you would package it, how you would package it. Think of that when you are thinking of an idea. So she's saying that because that would help in you progressing further. As Madam mentioned about think of funding. So what the SAP UNDP project Unnati also looks at is for the top 15 idea submitters. There is going to be a seed money of at least 1 lakh, which is going to be at least 15 lakhs in total at the very minimum. So one aspect for people who put in a lot of effort, people who put in time, people who put in thought into their idea, is that their idea is also going to be seed funded, at least the top 15 ideas, in addition to other support, not just funding. Funding is one aspect, like mentorship, guidance, prototyping, space, whether it's acceleration agencies, all of that is going to be provided by SAP UNDP Code Unnati project to the high performers of this particular ideation challenge. Now I would request Rina Edna D'Souza. Rina Edna D'Souza has been a candidate or a participant in phase one, and she is a candidate who has submitted multiple ideas, and from the jury members who have scored it. So the jury members are impartial, they are from the industry, so it's not from the government or from SAB or from UNDP or from the implementing agencies. They are actual industry people who have seen ideas, who supported ventures, and there are many of our ideas that have been rated very high. So I would like Rina Edna D'Souza to talk about how do you think the SAP UNDP Code Unnati project helped you, and what was your experience in phase one ideation?
So the I think there are some questions.
Sorry,
Yeah.
your phase one ideas submission. After phase one ideas submission.
Gunjan sir has a question raised, so I thought
Kunal sir, would you like to look at,
So
have your points on idea submission?
yeah. So maybe just see, I haven't. I'm not privy to all the ideas and all, but I just wanted to make few comments here for the participants, not just for this, but for any future idea submission. So number one, don't make too complex or don't think of anything too complex when you want to work on any idea. Try to keep it very simple. See, uniqueness or innovation is not always about always one solves a too complex a problem. That's not like that. And don't be always, don't always think that something has to be out of box. If everyone thinks out of box, then there is a problem with the box itself. So but it's also not always correct. Also, try to define your problem statement very clearly, and don't look at too many problems in one go. Uh, uh, if idea that you have any solve multiple one or two problem statements which you can easily solve or your team can easily solve and work on it. Once you get that experience, once you acquire traction with different stakeholders, funders, and market experience, then you can expand and scale up other with other problem statements. And think of next 2 3 years that what all you will do in a phased wise manner, to achieve something. Uh, keep things very simple. Don't complicate it too much. And I think that you are there. And other thing, what Lakshita madam spoke, right? All this matters a lot. These are all quite important and critical aspects. So these are the sense I had when I was listening to the whole conversation. Thank you.
Thoughts and mind on how to make your idea a reality. So thank you, Vipin sir, for your insightful comments. You've seen a lot of entrepreneurs, successful, not successful, at least key points that you've given will help our Facebook participants think their ideas and make it successful. Thank you so much. May I request now Rina Edna D'Souza, who is an aspiring entrepreneur who is submitted, like I said, multiple ideas in our Facebook, and they've all been rated highly. Different teams that she submitted ideas in, different teams that she submitted ideas in. So she's been picked to highly for which entire participation in phase one and the support she got after the phase. May I request Rina Edna That is to give a few
So basically, I felt that it was very deeply because it is an inspiring ideation challenge actually. So for an aspiring entrepreneur like me, I mean basically a social entrepreneur like me, it's like an incubation center wherein you can actually get into the R&D process and also come up with brainstorming ideas so that it would really help you go up with the idea that you have given. So that's what I had felt when and it was really very easy to details in the Google sheet. So it was really easy. So I think any ideas would be welcomed in this ideation challenge.
Correct. The Twilight Rina has looked at ideas from a sustainable perspective. She's looked at how mass which get disposed now, not just during COVID, but after COVID as well, because a lot of hospitals do use masks. How can masks that get disposed do not cause another problem in terms of waste handling? How can those masks that get disposed become plants? That's one of our ideas, and with the prototype, etc. She's also looked at how waste material can be used to make toys, which are from a very cultural perspective, toys that, many of you might have seen toys from Channapatna. These are toys that kind of help our artisans. How can you use waste to make those? So there are ideas that are across the spectrum. There are ideas. No idea is wrong. No theme is wrong. That's the beauty of the entire SAP 20 people. To submit ideas that you have. Keep it simple. Things that you have experienced, things that you have seen others experience. You are free to submit those. Now, may I request Priyanka? We have a few testimonials from students who have submitted their ideas in the phase one of the ideation challenge. May I request Priyanka to showcase those testimonials for the benefit of what do you mean?
Yes, sir.
UNDP allowed me to submit idea in variety of fields that I wanted in any sector.
No, you are on mute.
So we initially had Amrita.
But I was not audible, you know. Voice is not audible. Can we skip? Please move on.
Okay, so we had the testimonials which will showcase to all the participants of registered here as well as participants who have expressed their willingness to participate in the ideation challenge. We had participants across the board. We had participants from engineering, IT, and politics. So if you are from these four districts, again, Raichur, Dakshin Kannada, Bengaluru, irrespective of the course that you are studying or you are completing, be it ITI, diploma, engineering, MBA, degree, agriculture, marine, or any other course that you have, if you are from age group of 18, or if you started the enterprise at home, if you started the enterprise in your mind but not in reality, this ideation challenge is for all of you. It could be in any theme. You don't have to submit ideas in a particular field, in a particular stream. Absolutely. How well you submit the idea and how well you work on this after you submit is going to be the differentiating factor that will separate people who proceed to this particular project and people who will get that additional help. Now we've gotten a few questions from the participant. Okay, so we made a note of a few questions that have come in. Students who have, there are some who also asked for the recording of the session that we will take it. Now, there's a question that has come in which says outside of this project for Sri Gunjan Patel, sir, regional director SAP. Outside of this project that we discussed in this particular session, what else is a part of the board of the initiative? What other things are being
Yeah, so I think I give a brief glimpse of what we do, and considering, let's say, what are the what are the key challenges around us, what are the requirements in India, in our state. So one thing which we very firmly believe that education is one area which actually can catalyze the achievement of any other SDG. So how we strengthen different components of education, how we impart quality education, and especially considering digital part of it. So being a tech company, we feel that how we ensure digital skills, computational skills, and something that aligns with education policy on and how we actually strengthen that ecosystem. So working on 21st century skills, working on helping students to be more apt in the critical reasoning with logical reasoning skills. These are few areas which we are uh, working heavily. I mean, along with UNDP, we have a couple of other partners with whom we work on strengthening the school-based program. Let's say with BBMP schools that we are already working. So a model that we have adopted is to create computer training labs and help students to gain more and more computational skills. How they can use computer for learning other subjects and so on and so forth. And of course, needless to say that even computational skills, we also cover critical and logical reasoning skills. And another area which we are really exploring now, along with UNDP and our other partner, is how we strengthen the whole concept of school to workforce transition. That's crucial. How we actually vocationalize the education part when a student in her or his adolescence stage. So idea is that not just reflect from the education, but while student is in PU or in let's say uh, 10th, 11th, 12th standard, we need to start building the preparedness towards future workforce, or how students can become an entrepreneur. So, precisely what we are currently doing with you put on that at early age of adolescence. So, how we actually help them to understand uh, how to be programmer. Some work we already started doing with UNDP. So essentially, this quarter itself, we have created or are working to create training infrastructure in several such institutions, wherein students will have access to good quality computer training labs. They would have access to an opportunity of getting trained under quality teachers and so on and so forth. So this will help students to actually not just learn the key subjects when they are in their PU or 8th, 9th, and 10th, but also we would make them understand that how they can build their career. The career readiness or future workforce readiness is also equally crucial at that age. It's not that once student is in college, then only students can start thinking. If we navigate that pathway in early age, I think students will be much more prepared to take further decisions in their life. So those are several things which we are currently working on under our Code Unnati initiative.
wonderful, Professor. So, as Sindhu Gangadharan Madam mentioned, as well as Sindhu Patel sir mentioned, SAP's key initiative is to promote growth, and provide support to the youth across the country, and especially in Karnataka. And as sir mentioned, it is not just in this project that SAP is involved with. It is across multiple projects, starting from when students are in school to when they graduate, when they complete their post graduation. So, very comprehensive support that SAP and UNDP is providing providing with the support of the government of Karnataka to the youth of Karnataka. Now, there's a question which is how can I submit? I have ideas which I have. How do I submit it? So, what I will take this moment now is this question is something that I will address and share my screen and just show it you in a minute. What is the site where you have to submit the ideas and so I'll just share my screen. So if you see here, codeunnati.org, CODE, code Unnati, UNNATI, Unnati.org. Once you go to this particular web page, you will have the ideation challenge here. You will have the ideation challenge here. Wherever you see me hovering the mouse and the events button will be highlighted. You can click on the events button or you can also click on here to know more. So you see SAP, you see the government of Karnataka, you see Project Code Unnati. This is the page. You can click on know more. You can also read about the Code Unnati key project details. Once you go to the ideation challenge, which is what you would be interested in, you can click to register. There is a button which says click to register. If you want to see who can apply, what are the FAQs, all of that is present in this particular. All the participants of this particular channel will get the link after this session for you to submit your ideas. And once you click on this to register, you will have the Google form that goes. You have the Google form that goes. The form is in both English and Kannada, and every question is in English and Kannada. So starting from your email, your name of the student, this is a very, very clear form, a very simple form that you can submit with the name of your college, etc. You can dive deep into this form and you can submit. So it talks about where you are studying, what you are studying, some basic details that once you go through the form, you can do it on your own. So just to remind, codeunnati.org, CODE unnati.org, and on the top you have the ideation challenge. Once you click on that, you get this page. Once you get this page, you can then proceed further. When you click on register, you will get the form to register. So that is the question from a particular student. Now, if Ashwin Gowda sir is here, there is a question that I have from Ashwin Gowda sir.
Vinodji, please tell me.
Yes, sir. So the students said any additional initiatives or support I can get from KSTC for entrepreneurs. You mentioned about the LEP, one of the email address for it. So, other than sending my ideas both for SAP as well as that, any other initiatives of KSTC that I can make use of?
Okay, so if you let us know, the trade in which you want to build your enterprise, so kindly let us know. Based on that, we'll provide you with the domain training too. Okay, that is one thing. Because KSDC is a model agency for partners to which you all know. So whatever training, domain training is required for that particular area, definitely we need to provide. That is one. And we've got, we have our association with the KB case, with the industry partners, and with several others. So we will be able to provide a qualitative training, domain training for that. That is one. And second thing is, under NEP, actually, credit linkages, the candidates will be in touch with the concerned banks to provide enough credit and several schemes like Vijay and so on. And apart from that, actually, we are also coming up with a proposal where we are providing, just like you, we are also providing around the 1 lakh the seed capital for them. So they will be eligible for that too. Okay. And that is only for the selected candidates though. But the first two are applicable for everyone.
Thank you so much, Srivara sir. So you see from the participants' perspective, the dignitaries in the webinar, you see that support for entrepreneurship is not a one-off or a random support. It's a very calculated, it's a very detailed, very organized and systematic support that we give to the company, not just from a monetary perspective, because we all know that's important, but also from the training perspective, but also from the mentorship perspective, from the technology perspective. So this problem can be tackled from one particular avenue. It has to be a multi-pronged attack. So that is what the participants from this webinar need to take. That if you have an idea, if it is good, you show the information and the effort behind it. You have people who are present, not just in this particular webinar as dignitaries, but also outside of this who are going to Someone has a question, and I'll address it to Vijay Patel, sir. You mentioned that we have to keep our ideas simple frequently. Any other tips that you can provide to us because we don't have the exposure? How can we give ideas that can actually be successful? So I'll address that to Vijay. Other than keeping it simple.
Yes. So, see, one needs to know the market requirement, right? So, when you have an idea, essentially what you want to do is you want to address a particular problem. So, when you formulate or define a problem statement, try and understand what are the requirements or what are the available opportunities and unmet needs in the market. That is very crucial to know. Once you identify that, you need to understand that what all resources you will take to fulfill those requirements. Second thing is, let's say, idea its success. What it requires is the sustainability of the idea. See, you may not get your let's say any funding support or other support forever. So how would you make your idea sustainable and viable for a longer period of time? So that also means that you need to build your network. So try to when you are a student or when you are, let's say, you passed out from a college and you are working on idea, you are under an incubation center, always build a good network. Network is the new oil, as they say. It's technically a kind of a saying, but that actually is true in a way because today's era, uh, where we say that it's a network economy or there are various networks available. I think that's a key. You try, even in your friend circle, or so you might have interacted with someone in any seminar or any conference. Try to build that network very strong. Um, Also, at an appropriate time, I would use the word at an appropriate time, you should also promote your ideas when you have sufficient traction, right? And that comes after you know your customer. So that's where I said know your market, know your customer. So also promote your ideas through various social media channels. So that will further help you, go to market and build more and more, I would say customer traction from that perspective. So you need to cultivate these habits and cultivate some of these traits and all. Many of these things will go hand in hand. It's not that you do this first and pursue this activity second. It's not like that. So that is one thing. And I think another important thing would be don't ever be hung up on particular idea, no matter how much you are in love with that idea, and if you are passionate about it. If you realize any point in time that this may not work and you may need to change it a bit, uh, change it because there were some reasons that you would have gotten your idea going. So also be agile in that sense. So see, there are many such things which work, for any ideas to succeed. So these are few things which I felt are essential. Uh,
So I have a comment. It's not a question. I have a comment here. It says, Ashwin sir and Vimal sir, how are you able to answer all of these questions in so much detail? Even though these questions are coming after. So I don't know. It must be because they have interacted not just with students, they've interacted with industry people, with their colleagues, with people who are the beneficiaries of these programs, people who are leading these programs. I don't know. I don't think that is a question, but I think that's an admiration, and it's not just by that particular person. We all feel it. So these are questions that they're handling thoroughly. So if you see what Vipin Patel sir said, network is the new one. So you have to network not just with your friends, with the men, the investors, with everyone. At a very better chance, Indians typically do not go out and speak as much as they should with our target audience, with our supply chain, etc. That's one. And then you said know your target. And what the third point that he said is do not get too hung up on an idea. If the idea doesn't work, the pivot on look at changing the idea, don't think of that idea as a ego problem that you have to solve. So very, very pertinent, actionable tips that Vivek sir and Ashwin sir also mentioned about the mudras. So if you have an idea that you need help with, KSDC team to look at training you and then connecting you with the marketing. So this is the ecosystem that this project brings to you. The government of Karnataka, GMPC, SAP, UNDP comes with this entire package to tackle this problem. Entrepreneurship is not easy. We are here to make it easy for people who have that. So Chandran sir, there's a question for you. This 1 lakh rupees for the 15 best ideas is an amazing initiative that you have done for this project. So Chandran sir, we are asking, in addition to the monetary support, what additional support would be coming in towards this project?
Thank you, Lord. So the 15 lakhs is the minimum, right? So there are many other areas which we are working on. So one, we are working with the crowdsourcing platform where we can able to get the additional financial support through the crowdsourcing platform. Two, we are working with some venture capitalists and the angel investors. We are identifying them. How can they come and invest on you? Two, third, we are working with the incubation centers. So these incubation centers can provide you not only the financial support, also the space to set up your initiative and also mentorship and consulting support and R&D support. So that is also going to be provided. So again, it is not one-time initiative; it is going to be multiple. So we are creating multiple convergence with different stakeholders so that we can support as many students as we can. And as Aswin sir suggested, it is not that okay. You have an idea, please. We will strengthen that idea. There is a government department, and there is a CDR. Right? So it is also not only limited with this 15 lakhs, 3 lakhs just a token of numbers, but again there is a lot of other support systems they are going to create, and this linkage is going to facilitate all of you to get some of the other support systems through this program.
So, in addition to what Chandran mentioned, I also want to tell the participants that I told you, Chandran, that so just 15 ideas, we can also bring in SAP employees to mentor them, in a structured way. So we can define, let's say, scope of work where all, and we can do it via workshop or whichever way possible to understand what all support is needed, right? See, there may be a number of things that one may need, but we need to define that time-bound manner, what actual mentorship we can provide to these ideas and ensure that these ideas get converted into startup. And maybe I'll also throw up a challenge. Can there be any unicorn come out of it after, let's say, some years? So why not we work in those directions?
Wonderful. So you've seen Chandran sir talk about what are the benefits that you get in addition to the investment, etc. Right? So the SAP support for these top ideas is something that Chandran sir has committed to this particular level. And the point of how can we have a unicorn that could come, not just one unicorn, how can we have ideas that is not just an idea submission contest. So this is an object or a program to encourage entrepreneurship. How can we have people who start enterprises become successful and grow, and tomorrow they are in the news for the impact that they create, the growth that they have. So the final two questions, question that I would possibly address is what are some of the themes in which ideas have come in phase one that will give me some clarity on where I can submit. Some of the themes in which ideas have come based on the report that I have. We have ideas coming healthcare, energy and environment, gender equality, consumer products, agriculture, water, sanitization problems, artificial intelligence. So it is not if you have an idea in these themes, you can submit. If you have an idea outside of these themes, also. Again, I repeat, codeunnati.org, CODEUNNATI.org. We will send the link after the session to all the registered participants on how to submit along with the detailed procedure of how to submit. That's one. The theme can be any particular area you can be from any particular course pursuing or completed. That's not a problem. So, effect there is no restriction on what kind of idea you can submit. If you are from these four districts, which are the project districts of Raichur, Pachim Kannada, Peluru, rural, and urban districts. And a final question that I would keep it open to the panel members. The panel members are the dignitaries who want to take it up can please take it up. We are here. You are experienced. What is the best advice can be taken? Anyone from the panel member wants to take it? What is your advice for me as a young person? Okay, I don't know whether it's relevant to ideation challenge or to life from your experience. What is your advice? Anyone who wants to pick it up on such an
Whether it should come to that.
yeah. Achita, if you can give in a few points on what students need to do, what are your challenges that you face and what they need to do. Is that right? Achita, are you there? Or Meena, if you can take it up.
Hello. Yes, yeah. I think she can.
Yeah, yeah, Achita, please.
Yes, okay. What I would like to inform on that, when I was in a student, when I was studying MBA or my graduation, I wasn't having, yeah, the last semester of my MBA, ED, Enterprise Development Cell had came into existence. But that was only for some 4 months. What I really feel is the person like me, if I would have got an opportunity this is my graduation, maybe the time which I have spent on experimenting different things would have been saved. As we all know, time is money, money is time. So all the youngsters require, rather than the money, they require guidance. I think that will come somehow. The marketing, if the marketing promotions are really good, if the idea is good, funding will come. But the complete structure of how to make a business plan, how to approach investors, if they're going for bank loans, what are the basic requirements of a bank, or how to prepare a project report, the complete operations, right from packing. My experience was in packing was terrible because when I started this company, I was a mother of a kid of some 6 months. So I used to buy everything online. So online, there are few things are good and many were not good because I couldn't see them, physically. So the packing, especially in Karnataka, we have yeah, we get our materials good, but I would definitely suggest the people to go global or at least in all the national level. Lot of good ideas with tracking we get actually. So work on. I want you guys as in mediators between entrepreneurs and the government officials, government level. I really want you guys to work on that. If someone, at least one, if he is interested, I really want you guys to take it forward very seriously. Give them a complete guidance on that, and then at the end of these promotions, see, promotion is in offline or online, anything it is. If it is online, how digital marketing works and how to use social media effectively, like Insta, Facebook, or WhatsApp, or YouTube, or LinkedIn. How to use these because this see nowadays we get the data for a very lesser cost. But how to make a utilization, how to write a caption so that people can get attracted. Say Insta Reels. Insta Reels, I really want to tell that Insta Reels are not just the reels where they make some comedy or say they make some dance. Insta Reels are very effective when you put it your ideas, make a very short video, how to make a short video, how to crop it. These are the basic things people are required. Very, very small things, so they make a very good. So,
So what you're saying
right?
is that it is not just the in detail plans. How can you use the smaller things that we encounter to promote everything about how to promote your business? Correct? So wonderful, wonderful points with experience, with her own experience, good and bad, that she has encountered, learned from both and by doing. So I now request Priyanka to give a formal vote of thanks to all the participants and the dignitaries who were present during the course of this. And it over.
Yes, sir. So, good evening to one and all present here. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank all the dignitaries on behalf of SAP UNDP Code Unnati team and JV of Seven Sense People Development Solutions and Inquilab Inventions Foundations. I would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guests, Mr. Ashwin Gowda Sir, IRS Managing Director, KSDC, Mr. Ikram Sir, IAS Zilla Panchayat Chief Executive Officer, Ramnagara Districts, Mr. Gunjan Patel sir, Regional Director, SAP, to take time from your busy schedule to grace the event. A special thanks to Miss Harshita Priyamvada Madam, founder of Home Prithvi Naturals, and Miss Reena Edna D'Souza, young aspiring entrepreneur, for inspiring and encouraging youth on this special day. I extend my gratitude to Mr. Chandran Sir, State Project Head, UNDP Karnataka, and Ms. Neha Patak, Youth Engagement Officer, UNDP, for their contribution to make this webinar a huge success. I must thank the organizing team for working hard for the past few days to make this webinar success. Thank you everyone once again for making it a great success. I hope all the youth across Bangalore Rural, Dakshina Kannada, Ramnagara, Raichur participate in this ideation challenge called Phase 2 and urge the benefit of this program. And in last, we are so sorry for the network glitch which happened here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you everyone, and hope all the participants who are here, if they are students or if you just graduated, that you will take part and submit ideas. We will be briefing you in detail in your respective colleges about it. If you have further doubts, you will in the groups, WhatsApp groups that have been created for you, you will get additional material. For the faculty members, there's a single point of contact that we have provided. If you have any doubts on the student that you want to be clarified, you could always contact the staff of your respective college. This is for both the respective faculty members and the respective principals and madams who are a part of this session. So we've had 1,400 ideas in phase 1, and we want to double that. We want to get around 2,800 ideas in phase 2. And I think this is possible. People who can't submit the ideas in phase 1 can submit. People who have already submitted, if you have additional ideas, submit. And if you reached your college only during phase 2, if you have ideas, please submit as well. Submit it, think it through in detail, and then submit the ideas. Any help you have and any help you need to submit these ideas, the entire team that goes a part of this conversation. We want to see you take your entrepreneurship journey with us and make it successful. So thank you once again to all the participants who been a part of the session on our YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, multiple social media channels, and a very warm thanks to our communities who are present, raise the nation, and especially to the sort of UNDP for spearheading this project or the youth. Many thanks. Have a wonderful Sunday. The entire ideation challenge ends on April 3. The phase 2 ideation challenge ends on April 8. We hope you submit your ideas. Thank you so much.